I'm Scott Lucas. This is today's EA Worldview on the U.S. President Obama's promises on Guantanamo Bay. In this week's State of the Union address, Barack Obama made a forthright statement. This is the year, he declared, that we should close Guantanamo Bay. Well, that's a very fine promise, to finally deal with that facility that was opened up in 2002 to house those who supposedly were conducting a war of terror on the United States. In fact, it reminded me of another statement made by President Obama, this time in January 2009. Within a year, he said, we will close Guantanamo Bay. That's right. 5 years ago, Barack Obama made a promise to close the facility, and in 2014, he hasn't closed it. He's just repeated his promise. Now look, I understand there's all types of legal and political issues about closing down Guantanamo Bay. I understand that no one wants to try these bad guys in the United States or have them in their prisons. I understand that many congressmen are going to be looking at their constituents and saying, not in our backyard. I understand that there are bad guys who are held at Guantanamo Bay, even though they've never been tried in a criminal court, and that there's a fear that some of those bad guys will go out and do more bad things. But you know what? There's a lot of guys there who basically have been held for years, sometimes more than a decade, because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, say in Afghanistan or Pakistan. There are other guys there who might be bad, but who have never been brought before a court because a lot of the evidence has been disappeared or, let's be honest, was obtained under torture. Fact of the matter is, you either say you're going to close Guantanamo Bay and you're honest about it and you deliver on that promise, or you throw your hands up and say, you know what, it's just too damn difficult. Because here's another statement that President Obama made in January 2009 at his inaugural. Never again, he said, shall we separate our values from our security. Okay, if you're talking values as well as security and you're going to stand behind it, then you not only promise to close Guantanamo Bay, you act upon it. And it's not just Guantanamo Bay. If you believe in values, you don't just say in 2014, oh, you know the National Security Agency, they may have been carrying out a little bit too much surveillance of your mail, your phone calls, the internet. You act upon that not now, but 5 years ago, before it took a whistleblower named Edward Snowden to say how widespread the practice, which is illegal, has been carried out not only on people abroad, but yes, on Americans themselves. You act because you believe in values and you don't retreat because of some notion of security. So let's see if this time the promise has substance. I'm Scott Lucas, and this is today's EA Worldview on the United States.